Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ochakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be about, hey man, when scorners and scoffers walk up to camp, and you gotta, it's basically like, I'm gonna go into like reading spirits and like seeing that contention, that scorner scoffer spirit, and then the best way to deal with them is to not give them any reaction from you. All right, because a scorner delights in scorning. All right, the reason why they're so argumentative is because they like being argumentative. But I'm gonna start off by Proverbs 22:10. It says, "Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Yeah, strife and reproach shall cease." Because a scorner likes all that chaos. The um, you know, um, yeah, Proverbs 1. Dang. This is Proverbs 1:22. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." Because that's what a scorner, that's their job, is to cause confusion. Their delight is in scorning, being argumentative, and hating knowledge. That's what that 2/3 spirit was created to do. Alright? So whenever you put a scorner out, you get him to walk down the street, you stop engaging with him, then he's going to flee. If you don't give him what he wants, then he's going to walk away. So that's why when you cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Arguments, confusion, strife and reproach shall cease. And when all that happens, that's when you can, bring out edification. This is Titus 3:9. Says, or let me start up. I'll start at 8. It says, "This is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in the Most High might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto men." Yeah, so maintaining, good works, which is edification. All right, that's the best work you can do. All right, to edify, and you can't edify whenever there's scorners and scoffers around. So verse 9, it says, "But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain." Now, you can bring edification on, the law. You can bring edification on, different history, and how, certain people, groups of people line up with the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and go into the history. But as far as genealogies, trying to prove that anybody is an Israelite through, you know, documented lineages, that's unprofitable. And foolish questions like anything that doesn't have to do with the scriptures, is really unprofitable. But mainly, that word striving, or strife, because that's where you get it from. I'll Google definition. Means angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues, conflict, friction, discord, disagreement, dissension. And the reason why I'm doing this is, this topic came to mind was because you had a Jake come up to camp, and we're bringing out edification. He was quiet. And then he asked, um, what is love? And we said, well, love is, keeping the commandments. And, we got the scripture, in 1 John, that the love of the Most High is keeping the commandments. And then he asked, okay, well, what are the commandments? And we broke it down. There's 613, or that number. I might be off on that number, but however many there are. And the most important one, we said that the first law was telling Israel to hear, and he just automatically, that's when he stopped listening. Ironically. And he just wanted to argue about who said what and what was said, and yada yada yada. That strife came out of him, and we couldn't move forward. We're like, look, man, like, all we're saying is that the first commandment was, the Lord was telling Israel to hear. That's why, if you can't get that one, then you won't listen to all the rest of them. And then verse 10, it says, a man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition rejects. So, if Jake can't get it after, first and second admonition, let's go into this word admonition. It means an act or action of admonishing, authoritative counsel or warning. So it's like a warning. Like, hey, look, man, we're trying to bring out edification. You're being real argumentative. First and second time that happens, all right, man, have a nice day. We're not gonna go back and forth with you, so on and so forth. We're gonna go back to the topic. We're just gonna speak on the scriptures. And then verse 11, knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. Yeah, because that's what they do. If they want to talk over the scriptures, if they want to argue and they're trying to get a reaction out of you when you're doing the good work, they're condemning themselves. They're making themselves an enemy to the Lord's word. Going back to Proverbs 1. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And that's what we're doing. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai has a spirit on certain individuals to go out week in, week out, and upload videos throughout the week to bring out edification. And if Jake doesn't want to hear it, they want to type up messages on the comment board saying this, that about us, and come up to camp and cuss us out, whatever, man. Knowing that he that is such is subverted, and let's get that word subverted, undermine the power and authority of. So he undermines the power and authority of this word, man. That's the confidence that you have to have whenever somebody's trying to be argumentative with you and trying to get a reaction out of you. It's like, okay, you're subverted. You don't understand what's going on here. And sinneth. So you're a sinner. You don't want to hear these words that are beneficial to you. And you're being condemned of yourself because you're talking over the scriptures that can help you. So we're not dealing with you. We're going to admonish and reject you if you don't take heed to the admonishment. We reject you. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. Let me read that again. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. And what's committed to thy trust? This word, man. Avoiding profane. Let's go to that word, profane. Relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical. secular rather than religious. Profane outside the temple. Outside of these scriptures. Word is vain. Let's look up the word vain. Having or showing an excessively high opinion of one's appearance or abilities or worth. That's not really what the. Let's get the blue letter. 2 Timothy 6:20. 1 Tim 6 and 20. Let's get profane in the blue letter. Accessible, lawful to be trodden. Lawful to be trodden. That's a phrase right there. I like that phrase. Unhallowed, common, public place of men, ungodly. So profane is just common. Is of men. Average. Vain babblings. So they have like a one word for this phrase. Vain babbling. Empty discussion of vain and useless matters. So whenever Jake brings up, foolish topics that aren't worth getting into, say, hey, look, man, we can talk about that another time. Like cryptocurrency, it's like, look, man, we know that it could line up to the mark of the beast, but as far as like you discussing fucking blockchains and fucking, who owns what, Bitcoin this or Dogecoin that. It's like, look, man, we're trying to get the real hidden treasures, the real cryptocurrency, which is this word. We're trying to reveal salvation onto you. So we can talk about, Bitcoin or whatever later, but for now, we're bringing out scriptures. And oppositions in science, falsely so called. Oppositions, anything that's contrary to the Bible, like just doctrines that are contrary to the Bible, like the virgin birth doctrine, the Trinity doctrine. Like, we can debunk it, we can go into the scriptures and bring edification out, but if you want to sit here and argue about what the scriptures mean, we're moving on, man. If you can't get it, we're moving on. And if science, falsely so called, and we go into the word science, just means knowledge, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. So, hey, certain individuals fall out, because of their own vain opinion. Many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Yeah, Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 3:24. It says, for many... let me go up. I'll start at 21. Ecclesiasticus 3:21. It says, seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. Hey, and you could align that with vain things, topics that just aren't worth getting into. Like I said earlier, like shit, flat earth theory, or fucking, if we really, or if, I don't know, if Atlantis existed or not, or if unicorns exist. It's like, bro, like, it doesn't matter. But also things that are, too hard for thee. If you don't understand it, that means you probably you don't know the primary things first. Like, you can't learn, pre-cal without learning algebra. It's just going to be really difficult for you. So you got to, get the milk first, build up your understanding, and then, build into it. Like, you never see, a bodybuilder, shoot for, 300 plus pounds, as soon as he walks into the gym. Now they gotta warm up to it. They gotta. It takes like years of bulking before you can start, tossing heavy weights around. Same thing with these scriptures. But verse 22 it says, "But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence." So these, the laws, man. Think about the things that matter. Think about how we're gonna be saved. Think about, the prophecies. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. Here we go. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. So we don't have to know all the this vain shit, man. How the NFL is rigged or whatever. Or how, different conspiracy theories on lottery tickets. I don't know. Or how casinos rip you off. Like, we don't have to know every little intricate thing, man. Because more is showed unto thee than men understand. We understand, the prophecies in these scriptures. You know how valuable that is? For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. So their own vain opinion on how, the different demons, man. See, I know a Jake that fell out of the truth because he believed in the flat earth theory. Like, 1, it doesn't matter. 2, drop it. 3, okay, you still want to argue about it? You're gonna die on this hill? Alright. Go do your own thing. And he doesn't teach anymore. Evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. Yeah, man, people, don't talk about things. They just want to think that they're right. What everything in their mind is right. They take counsel of their own selves. Rather than taking counsel, hearing it from speaking their mind and hearing if, hey man, I've been thinking this thought, I don't know if it's right or not, blah 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 blah. Get brothers talking, get scriptures out. Avoids that evil suspicion. But yeah, professing those vain babblings and profane topics, bro, it's not worth it. Not worth mentioning. Stick to the scriptures. That's it. But Lord willing, this video was edifying. Don't give into that strife demon. Let him go, bro. Like, he's trying, like, that's the scoffer's job, is trying to get a reaction out of you. That's the demon's job, is just trying to get a reaction out of you. It's just like, shit, half of, half of, like, these social media, celebrities, that's how they make their money, is they most of their fans are actually haters. Like this dude Jake or Logan Paul, or both of them, really. The reason why they get famous is by doing dumb shit, and most of their views come from people hating that they get famous for doing dumb shit. So with that information, hopefully it resonates with you that it's vain to give them the attention, give them the time of day. Just reject them. Stick to the scripts, man. Stick to the topics that matter. Because you can't reason with unreasonable people. You can't be logical with illogical. You can't be logical with insane. But yeah, Lord, when this video is edifying, once again, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect out there. Shalom.